Today I'm going to tell you a story of two soldiers, or a tale of two soldiers. Okay, to begin with, let's look at the first soldier. Before that, the Bible text, Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Sometimes we might feel doing good is no avail. We try to do good, people blame us. Sometimes doing good can give a wrong idea. People might think you are up to something. Sometimes doing good, people don't appreciate it. Sometimes doing good, people take your credit. Other people get the name. Yeah? As a teacher, I've been serving in Sunny Hill for 39 years, and if your student do well, the principal get the credit. Yeah? His picture come out, her picture come out in the newspaper, and then the teacher who worked hard doesn't get a mention even sometimes. So in this life, it's like that. Yeah? But don't give up. The Bible tells you, Paul wrote Galatians tells you, don't be weary, don't be tired, yeah, don't be upset. You might not reap it, your harvest here, you might not reap good reward here. In heaven, God will give you the reward. Okay, today I want to talk about this soldier, Desmond Doss. I heard about him is just about 5 years ago. Because they were going to make the movie So Rich. So they mentioned it. I read it in newspaper, and I read about this man. I think to myself, I think I know somebody like that. Yeah, Desmond Thomas Doss was a United States Army corporal who served as a combat medic with an infantry company in World War II. And was a medic. A medic is one that help those who are hurt during the war. And it's not a job. It's not a job for the faint-hearted. Because during the war, people who are hurt is not the same as during a peaceful time. An accident, emergency, if you are in an emergency room, you might see something like that. But during a war, you see explosion, this and that, and sometimes people lost their leg, lost their hand, yeah. Sometimes the stomach burst, yeah, and you have to tend to them, yeah. Only when they are dead, then maybe you don't tend to them, yeah. So sometimes you wish that they are dead, so that you have to tend to them, yeah. But as long as they are alive, they are breathing, you have to tend to them as a medic. So it's not a job for a faint-hearted. Let's see why he chose that. He don't want to carry a gun. He don't want to carry any weapon, not even a knife. Okay? So that's why he chose to be a medic. Or is it that? But then, being a medic, you don't normally get this thing. Bronze medal. Bronze medal is for bravery. Yeah? For action during a combat situation. Something done normally given, or these medals normally given to people who fight, who shoot, who go through the way and then bomb other people. They gave this medal for bravery. Go on. He was involved in the Battle of Okinawa. The Americans have this idea of island hopping. They moved from island to island from the Philippines. When they got back the Philippines from the Japanese, yeah, they hopped nearer and nearer to Japan. They want to attack Japan. So they moved closer from island to island. And Okinawa is one of the last islands. And the Japanese defended it with all their might, with all their lives. So it was a very bad war for the Americans. Many men were hurt, many men were killed. And this Desmond Doss himself managed to save 75 by his own accord. And he was given the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is the highest honor. or a war battle. Usually given to people who carry guns also. And he doesn't carry any gun. And he is one of the three conscientious objectors, which is people who don't want to carry guns or weapons to war. And he's one of the three, the first of the three. The other two died during the war and was given the medal posthumously after the war. They give it to them because they were brave. Yeah, so he's one of the three. Okay, let's go on to see what happened. Desmond Doss was born in Lynchburg, Virginia, to William Doss. And William Doss, born 1893 to 1989, was a carpenter, but he also joined a war, a world war before this. Yeah, the First World War. The father was in the First World War. Okay, and the mother, Bertha Edward Doss, born 1899 to 1983. Maybe because of the father being in the war, he wanted to be in the army also. Yeah, and he is a Seventh-day Adventist. Okay, Sabbath keeping, non-violence. That's why he doesn't want to carry a gun. Yeah. When I first heard that he doesn't want to carry a gun, it came to mind that he may be an Adventist. Because I know Adventists in Singapore might have to join the army. And they all choose not to carry gun. Yeah?
No, they don't go to the army, they join the SCDF.
Yeah,
they got exception from the pastor.
Okay, yeah. So it's something like a medic like that. Yeah? Like a medic. So they can join the fire brigade. Now I found out that they can join the fire brigade. And before earlier, there's no such thing. I know, because I was in Singapore 1980 to 1984. So if you are a pastor, you are exempted from being a soldier in Singapore. Right? Is that right?
You can carry wooden gun.
So last time carry wooden gun. Now you can join the fire brigade. Yeah? Yeah, one of my daughter's friend was in the fire brigade. So it's also considered as national service. Okay? So when I heard that, I think he's a Seventh-day Adventist. I look it up. Yes, he was a Seventh-day Adventist. And there is his real picture. Yeah, if you go to watch the movie Exorcist, there is what's the name? Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. There's no his face. This is his real face. Okay? And despite being offered a draft deferment, not to join the war, he chose to join the war. Not because he want to carry guns, but because he want to save people. He go in as a soldier to save people, which is very brave. Many people, if given the draft deferment, yeah, because he's working towards the war also. He's doing something, he's building ship in a shipyard, which is connected to the war. When you're connected to the war, you don't have to go to war. Okay, so he can refuse, but he don't want. He wants to join the war. And so during the war, he did a lot of saving lives. And because of that, he was something like beyond his duty. That's why he was given the Medal of Honor. Yeah? If you want to see more, you can look it up yourself. Or you can go through the YouTube. There's about some video on him, on the fact of Desmond Doss. And then there is a movie, Exorcist, which according to Google, which is quite accurate. But of course some part is dramatized, they make it more dramatic. Okay, now we move on to another story. A tale of two passports. Do you people in West Malaysia still have the blue passport?
Not valid anymore.
Not valid anymore, yes. This blue passport, I found out it was during 1980s, 81 to 84, I was there. Some Malaysians were using blue passport and they could get through to Singapore.
Yeah.
Which Slovakian don't have blue passport? Yeah, because we travel overseas all the time. Yeah. The nearest place is Sabah. Okay? I'm from Sarawak. Yeah, for those Sabahans, I'm from Sarawak. When I was in Singapore studying in SAUC, I have many Sabahan friends. Francis Lajanin was one of them. He was your president for a few years, if not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes.
Then Manso Gingging was also my friend, also your president for a few years. Yeah, Supina Kubong, yeah, Daniel Baga, something like that. And then Jinus Bengon, Jun Nayo, Epi Nayo, those all my Sabahan friends from Singapore that time. Okay? So I was in Singapore, 1981 to 1984, and that time my passport is about to expire. My red passport. So I went to the Singapore High Commission. Malaysian High Commission in Singapore. Yeah, the embassy, kedutaan, to renew my passport. Okay, as I was waiting for my number, for my name, a girl came by with the red passport. Yeah, and I thought to myself, this is a Malaysian embassy. Those who come in is Malaysian. And she's holding a red passport. She's not from West Malaysia. So it's either Sabah or Sarawak. So I asked her, are you from Sarawak? I take a gamble, a bet. And she said, yes, I'm from Sarawak. Then I found she's from Kuching also. Kuching, Sarawak. And she's staying in Padungan somewhere. Yeah? So we got to talking. Then I found out that she don't have enough money. So I helped her pay first. Then we got off. After that, we got off to somewhere in Orchard Road. Yeah? So she took out some money from ATM and paid me back. Then after that, we parted. I found out her name is Chui Ping, but I never asked her surname. So I only know her as Chui Ping. Yeah? Then I never met her anymore. We didn't exchange phone number. You know why?
Don't have phone.
You know why?
No phone.
No phone at that time. Yeah? I didn't ask for her. I didn't even ask where she studied. I forgot. Maybe she told me, but I forgot. Yeah? So we never exchanged phone number, and we only know that she's from Kuching, and after that we never met anymore. But it's okay. Do good. Yeah? Galatians 6 verse 9. Do good. Don't be weary. Don't be worried. Just do good. Okay? And that is the tale of the two passports. Let's go on to the next soldier. Yeah, a tale of two soldiers. Next soldier. Franz Hassel. Anybody want to guess where he's from? Which country?
Germany.
Germany, yes. The other side of the spectrum. Yeah, usually the war between the Second World War, people say German against America. If you watch combat, just when during my younger days, 1980s, 70s, there's a movie, a series called Combat. Always German against American, Germans against American. And during my days in Sunny Hill, there is a student, a German student studying in Sunny Hill. I hate combat. German always lost. Yeah? Yeah, so it's always one side. You have to watch German movie, then the German will win. Yeah? Why this soldier? He has no bronze medal like Desmond does. He has no medal of honor. Okay? Let's see. Despite wearing the uniform, he don't support the German Nazi idea of conquering the world. Yeah, the German at that time under Hitler has this Nazi party which drive them. They want to conquer the world. Yeah. And he said, let's move from there. We will continue on that later on. In 1939, Franz Hassel, a 40-year-old pacifist, he doesn't want to go to war, but he has no choice. Yeah, not like America, you can choose. Yeah, of course they can choose, but when they drafted you, you cannot choose also. But like Desmond does, he can choose whether to join or not join. But this fellow cannot choose. Yeah, the draft come in, and he thought he's 40 years old, he will not be drafted, but they come for him also. Maybe they lack soldiers. Yeah. And so because he is good in some engineering, this and that, and they put him in the pioneer company, beginning the front company that go into investigate the village, the town. Yeah, he'll be going in to check out the area. So company 699. Okay. So during the war, he will have to carry guns. He cannot refuse to carry gun, not like in America. So he was a corporal. He can choose to carry a pistol instead of a rifle. So he make his own gun. And this is not the exact gun. It's something like that. But according to what I read, he make only the holster, the holder, the front where you hold. He carve out a part like that and he paint it black with his shoe polish and he stick it to his holster and that part stood out and people thought he is carrying gun. So he threw away his revolver and carried that part of the gun with him everywhere. He's determined not to shoot anyone during the war, which is very brave because if he's caught, he will be condemned. Maybe even go to the firing squad. But he continued to do so. And of course, he believed in God, and God protected him. Okay, being in the pioneer squad, they go ahead to the village to search mainly for Jews. Yeah, Germany against the world and mostly against the Jews. Okay, they purposely seek out the Jews, and the Jews are always treated worse than other races. So go to the village and the Jews and everybody will go to hide. But the Germans are very smart. They have another group called the SS. Yeah? SS is mostly the officer from the Nazi party and usually they wear black. Yeah? They will come after all the villagers has come back out. So the first group go in, the villagers went to hide. Then when the first group of soldiers go away, when the villagers come out, the second group will come in and catch them as they come out. And usually this happens through villages. Yeah, the first few times France noticed them. So every time now after that, he stay behind. Stay behind and tell the people to go back to hide. He said, the SS are coming, you better go back to hide. Wait longer. Don't come out until you see the black uniform people is gone, then you come back out. Okay, and you can recognize them with this symbol, the skull and that eagle there. Yeah, usually the leader will have that on the cap. Yeah, and then the soldiers will have that on their chest. Okay, so ask them to be careful of that. Again, if he's caught doing that, he will die also. But he continued doing that, trusting God to protect him. Then he told his officer, a sergeant, about Daniel. Yeah? He studied Daniel and he bring it to the officer. He said, according to what I read in the Bible, yeah, Hitler will never win. Hitler is going to lose this war. He told him about all this empire during the time of Daniel's prophecy, and the last part about the storm which will hit the land, the food, and crush it. So God will win, he said. Hitler will not be successful in winning the war. So the officer took his advice and said, we must prepare to escape. They were in Russia at that time. They're going into Russia. And Russia is a very smart group. Don't forget, Russia also fought against Napoleon and won. Or maybe they didn't win. But the Russian could not conquer, the French at that time under Napoleon could not conquer Russia. Because Russia did what is called the scorched earth tactic. As they retreat, they burn everything. They retreat, they burn everything. The farm, the cow, they bring along the rice and not rice, the wheat. The wheat and the plant, everything they burn. So that there's nothing left for the soldiers coming in. They did that the same to the German. Burn and burn and burn and burn until when the German get in, they have nothing to feed on. They have nothing to they continue on. So and they get very hungry and tired. So the commander said, "We save some petrol for our escape back. Use only a few of the vehicles. Keep some of the vehicles ready for our escape back." Why want to escape? The Russians are not very nice. Yeah. Escape back to who? To the US people. The Americans deal better with the prisoners than the Russians. So the sergeant commander said to him, "We must be ready to escape back. When the sign comes, we will go back." Yeah? And then the sergeant also tell him, "You stay near me," he said. "Because the bullets seem to miss you all the time. Okay? So I want to escape the bullets also. So you stay near me," he said. Okay? And so because of that, he in a way is protected by his deeds. And God protect him. And by drawing near to him, like Potiphar draw near to Joseph. Yeah? And some of the king draw near to Daniel. They are protected also. Then, at the end of the war, out of 1,200 soldiers of the company of 699, only 7 of them returned home. And 3 of them were unharmed. That means the rest 4 of them were injured during the war. Okay? So this Franz Hassel deserved honor also, but because they lost the war, he did not get any honor. Yeah? Did not get any honor. But God will give him the honor later on. Yeah? And he was happy to rejoin his wife and children, also protected by God during this war. Yeah? You can look up some more on this story as you go to this book, 1,000 Shall Fall, written by his daughter, yeah, Susie Hassel Mundy. Okay, if you want to look it up, or you can go to YouTube and look up some more about him. He's also on the many videos, yeah. And he quoted Psalms 91 verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Happy Sabbath. That concludes my sermon.